Welcome friends to the world of 7 Days to Die. If you are a new player to this game, you will want to watch the entire video because it will help you survive longer and have a better experience. This could also help long-time players as well who maybe haven't ventured into this part of the game. So let's begin. When you turn on your game and you click New Game, you can collect your character, but that really doesn't matter in the long run. But what you'll want to do is you'll want to go to local game first. Picking this will ensure that you can pause the game when in there if you need to. Next is your game world, and this is really a preference as well, whether you want to do Navsgain or if you want to do random gen, where it kind of just makes a random map for you. But really you want to go to local games options and standard options first. Now there's several different difficulties in this game, starting with Scavenger, Adventurer, Nomad, Warrior, Survivalist, and Insane. Go ahead and leave a comment down below letting me know what experience you had on the first difficulty that you ever played on in 7 Days to Die, and how it worked out for you, if it was hard or if it was too easy. Now, if it was me, I first starting the game, you don't want to go to Scavenger, it's too easy, so you pick Adventurer. It has enough difficulty as a new player to feel a little scared but still enjoy the game. Next, zombies run on default, so they'll walk during the day and they'll run at night. A little bit safer during the day and scared at night. Enemy aggression always at normal, and daylight length always at 18, you guys, so that way you have a longer day and a shorter night, because nights can get quite boring if you don't have anything to do. So let's move on. Next you'll go to modded options. In your modded options, you always want to have drop on death with backpack only, so that way you can at least keep what's in your tool belt. Next is enemy memory. I put it to 30, and enemy sound on very low. It sounds low, but it's really not that bad. Block durability at 100. It's easier for you to break stuff, but it's also easier for zombie to break stuff, so it's kind of goes both ways, but it's, for me, I think the best way to play. Next thing is the loot respawn time. I like that on 10. So every 10 days, these places that you have looted, it'll respawn the loot in those things. I do 10 days because it's enough time to where it moves it, but you know, you're not be able to just get whatever you want all the time. And I also have loot abundance on 200 because as a beginner, that's going to give you the best experience being able to find good loot. And then I do airdrops every 72 hours. So you're not getting airdrops just constantly. And I like to do my 24-hour cycle between 120 and 60 minutes. 60 minutes I think is a good time for starting. I like 120 when I want to do a lot of things during the day and get a lot done. And then with mini bikes, you want to have that on so that way you can see where the mini bike is, because you don't want to lose your mini bike while you're in game. It is not fun losing that. So those are some of the main things. Now let's move on to the rest. But before we move on, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any more of my 7 Days to Die content. And also if you'd like to become a member, you can do that as well. Let's get back into it. Okay, this next part is if you're going to want to play online with one of your friends. You can go to private games so nobody else can join. It's the same thing, random gen, or you can do Navsgain depending on your preference. And then you go back to private game options, and it's kind of the same deal as before, going through your standard options, your modded options, picking what difficulty, and things like that, how you want the enemy spawn, and all of those things. It'll just be with players. The next part you want to do is you want to check multiplayer. This is where you can turn on friendly fire or leave it off. If you and your friend want to compete against each other in a survival aspect, or if you have multiple friends, say there's 3 of you guys, or 3 friends with you, and you want to do a 2-on-2 or a 1v1v1v1, so on and so forth. Now, your claim size will just, make it a little bit stronger, harder for people to destroy your base. But these are all things that you can have on if you want to play with a group of your friends, you can change certain things on a private game. opposed to just going to a new online game that could have random people in it who are not going to play the game the way that you want to play. But that's going to do it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in the next video.